All right, so today's design review is going to be more of teaching you guys how to come up with design concepts that will you know call attention and get you good clients. So I ask group members to send in their designs so I can critique it and tell them what they did not do right. So my intention is to do this twice in a month. So I'm using this today's training as the first day, and then the second meeting is going to be more of me checking out, the results from today's training. All right, because I know after today's training, you guys are going to start coming up with different concepts that will, catch attention. All right. So let's dive into the first design. So I already have the designs open here on my PC, and I'm going to just quickly run through what to consider when working on projects that you are trying to use to publicize yourself. But before I criticize this design, I need to first let you guys know that whenever you are trying to sell yourself or you are trying to make people call you for projects to work on, what you are trying to do is to make them trust you. And that person who is trying to call you or planning to call you for design projects wants somebody that he or she can trust. In fact, that's the major reason why most brands call us for design projects to work on for them. But when they see that we are finding it hard to solve our problem, trust me, calling us will not be possible for them. Because put yourself in the shoe of the brands. You can't give a fashion person who cannot even dress well your cloth to sew. And that's how it is when you are trying to use design to get clients to call you for, design project. So on this first design, the first thing I notice here is the message here is not balanced. And these are the things that most of all these clients always check whenever they call us for, design project. I realized that we have a picture of this lady here, and we have don't worry, I'm sure before the end of this training, you guys are going this, webinar is going to wow you guys because I'm going to share something solid with you after the design review. All right, so like I said, that the lady here, the picture of this lady here did not connect with the information on this design, because look at what we have here. Say who's is that even right? That's the wrong English. Who it should be who is your graphics plugin? Hmm. So now this is another thing you need to watch out for. The way you compose the information on your design is one of the things that clients check. When you don't compose the text well or you have wrong spelling, the client is not going to call you. In fact, the clients will even look at you like, this is somebody, if I give my job to this person to do for me, it's just going to waste my time and it's going to come up with something that I may end up spending more, because there are times they will call us for design project, and at the end of the day, the job will end up becoming something that they may have to take to the press. And when we make mistake with spellings, it's going to cost the client money. So when we are working on design project for ourselves, we need to be very, very careful with the way we put text together. These are things that always make clients not call us most time, because they look at us like, okay, if this guy cannot even spell the information on the or compose the information on his or her design well, how will he be able to help us correct errors on our project? So you need to watch out for this. All right, so I'll quickly go to the next design, because I know I'm good. It's possible I may end up repeating the same thing over and over again. All right, so this is another project that I noticed that most designers, this is another thing I noticed most designers do a lot, which is we always put collage of our designs on our publicity artwork. this is too common, and we are in a generation where people want to be entertained. They want to start seeing things different from what they are used to. So when you do collage of your designs on your publicity artwork is old school. In fact, another thing that does is going to make your project look too busy. And let me give you guys one hint that some of you don't know. The simplicity of your design gets you clients that are going to pay you good money. I'll repeat it again. The simplicity of your design will get you clients that will pay you good money, because simple designs depict luxury. It depicts something expensive, and that's why you notice most of the richest brand today. You realize that they hardly load their adverts with too many information. Let's use Apple for as an example here. You'll realize that when you see Apple advert, the only thing you see on their advert is just the item that they are trying to market, and just the text that says something about the item. In fact, don't let me skip what I plan to tell you guys after this design review. So avoid this. All right, don't do this again. I know somebody's going to post this, and I'm happy I have it here. So avoid this, and then avoid the use of elements that are not added to the message. Yes, I know you are trying to say the project is about you doing designs that is related to social media artwork. Now, putting mobile phone is not going to help. What I would have advised you do is maybe you should just use the mobile phone and then just put one artwork on the screen of the mobile phone. I believe that will still sell. Okay, but you putting the mobile phone on one side and then putting Instagram logo there and then the other designs on one side is somehow, because it's even looking more like your focus is only on designing artwork for social media, and I mean for Instagram, excuse me. And Instagram is not the only social media platform that we have. We have so many social media platforms now. So when you put a particular social media logo on your artwork, you are trying to say that you are limited to just only doing design for Instagram. All right. And like what I always say to my student, that we are storytellers. The content, the things we put on our artwork, tell people the story that we are trying to make them understand. Like it tells them about the story on the artwork. So when you do this, you are saying I'm only limited to just only doing Instagram design. All right. Okay, so that's for that on this. And then on this third design here. All right, so this says we are back, and then we have at the boss, and then we have this megaphone uh, image with a tear off effect at the bottom, and then the contact details. So now I wish I can see this designer and ask him or her that why do we have this megaphone? Because most time when you use megaphone on your design, you are trying to say something that got to do with publicity. You are trying to say you're trying to say something that got to do with announcements. All right. Now, yeah, I know it's somehow connected to the we are back, but to me, I feel it would have been nice if you do something unique, something different from what people don't see coming. All right. And then your layout also matters when you are trying to do social media artwork. All right. Or when you're trying to do social media to market, put social media artwork to market yourself. Your layout matters. Avoid making content, all right, too close to each other. When you place, when you have something like a box like this, all right, you don't need anybody to tell you that when you're placing elements or content inside that box or the content inside that box should have their own margin. So the way it is here now, the information on this artwork, on this, excuse me, this box here is too close to the frame of the box. And these are things that always affect the beauty of our project. So you need to watch out for that when you are, working on design projects. Okay. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to draw, I'm going to just cut out, I'm going to be very fast with this. So this is what I'm trying to say for those of you that may not get my message. I'm going to quickly do this. Okay. So with the T, and I'll scale it down like this. All right. So there should be space. Now, those space are what will help the visibility of the content on your design. But when those space, when you don't allow space between your elements, trust me, the visibility of that, the information on that design is going to look, horrible. All right, so you need to watch out for that. So let's see what our next design. Is this our last design? I'm not sure. Okay, anyway. So this is another design again. So when you're trying to do design to market yourself, I notice most um, upcoming designers make this mistake. Stop doing mock-ups of your ad. Is not good. Avoid it. Don't do mock-up of your ad. Hmm? Please. I notice most of you always make that mistake. Don't do mock-up, because doing mock-up of your ad is like you trying to say, this is a design I did for someone, and I just want you to see the look of what it will look like when they print it out. And that's the advantage of you doing mock-up. The doing of mock-up, and I know most of you don't know this, the doing of mock-up is for you to let your audience or your clients know that when we print this job, this is what it's going to look like where whenever we place it where we want it to be. But when you now do a mock-up of what you are trying to market yourself, the information on that design is going to get lost. People would even look at it because to them they will think you are not concerned about the information on the design. You're only concerned about the beauty of the design when it's placed on maybe on the wall, or maybe it's resting on the wall or something. So you need to avoid doing mock-up for your publicity design. It's not always professional. So please, please, and please, guys, I need you to work on that. And then like I said previously, again, avoid making the information on your design look too busy. Avoid the use of anything that is not adding to the message. If you have any element that is not adding to the message, take it out. In fact, if possible, make the page so empty to the point where the only thing they see is just the name and the contact. Now, I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm just saying that try as much as possible to make your design so simple enough that it is like that it's going to look interesting to your audience. All right. So this is another design from a designer. All right. So we are open for business. Okay. Now the picture of this dude here is not bad for the we are open for business, but to me, I feel using the picture of somebody with a smiley face would have worked better than this. Just to depict that you are open for business and you are happy that you are open for business. But when your face is looking too serious, and these are the things that you need to watch out for when using images on your project. Because when your face is looking too serious, you're trying to let people know that you are, I don't know, there's this feel that it gives to your project. All right. But it would have been nice if the face on the person is not like is like, I'm not talking of wide smile. I'm just saying something with a simple, cool, happy look on the person's face. Or another thing you can do again is get a picture of a team, all right, working together on a particular project. Like maybe the you don't even have to show the face of the team, maybe just picture of people's hand on a table strategizing on a particular project that they are working on. I believe that would even sell more than just using a guy's face looking at the screen. All right, now this is not that, it's not like this is really bad. All right, this is still okay, but I'm just saying that it would have looked more interesting if you play with those type of images that I mentioned. And then I said, and like what I said previously, that allow space between your information, because space is what makes your project look interesting. And then again, the way the designer played with this title here is not cool at all. The space between your rows is too wide. And I'm wondering why you did that, but avoid that, all right? And your title is one powerful tool that you can use to draw attention to your piece. Making it abstract is what will make people want to see, okay, what's the next thing that isn't, what's the next thing that is different on this artwork. Or for those of you that don't know, the way our brain is programmed is, whenever we see something for the first time, our brain always scan for something that is different on on uh on the image. So whenever you are working on a project, have this at the back of your mind that, okay, I need to do something that will look different, and that is your contrast, that will look interesting, that will make people want to read the other information on the project. But when you don't allow this, when you don't put this on your project, the project is going to look boring. All right. So please, next time, try as much as possible to make your title abstract, and I'm sure it will command attention to your face. All right. Okay. So this is another design again. On this one, we have 15% of all designs in August. And then we have step up your game. With our professional graphic design service, your brand will stand out. You see? So step up your game with our professional graphic design service, comma, your brand will stand out in her niche. Top the chart. In fact, me, I would have advised that once you're done with this, just take this out. Take this part out. It's not necessary. This is not necessary. Just take this out. All right. And the project is still looking, to me, it's still not looking professional, but don't load it with too many information. I like the way you play with this. And you notice, like I said previously, like the way our brain work is, once our brain see any image, it scan for the for the different thing on it. All right, something that looks different from every other information on it, and that's why this is the first thing that catches my attention, because on the project I don't have anything with this abstract, amoeba shape on it. All right, so this is nice, but I don't understand why this guy is looking like this. And that's one other mistake we all make. We always believe that, okay, because I don't want the project to just look flat, let me just pick any image to just make the page look like something is there. No, the image must serve its must connect with the information on the design. All right. So you need to work on that. And then another thing that I noticed that every one of you have been doing on your design is putting everything that you do on your project. This is old school, people. Stop this. All right, stop this. And let me just quickly slot this in before I go to the next design. Now, the what actually inspired this teaching you guys how to come up with publicity design for yourself is because I'm about to start something, and I already have the concept of what I'm going to do. Now, what I'm trying to do is similar to what you guys have been doing by doing designs to publicize yourself and so on. So, but I believe there's a way it should look, and that way it should look is what I'm about to start, is what I'm about to work on now. And I don't want it to look like, I just want you guys to, to help. I just wanted to help you guys also, so that you guys can start making money. That's why I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, so please next time, don't put everything you do on your design. Don't worry, I'm still gonna tell you guys what to do after this, how to play with this after the design review. All right, so this is another boring design. All right, this is another boring design. Now, please, 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 and please, 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 and please, guys. I said at the beginning of this training that the way you put the information on your design matters a lot. Now, when you are cropping images for design publicity, please avoid this. The way you crop your image matters a lot. All right, the feather around this image is too strong, and these are simple things that make cheap clients call us when they see that, well, the guy is not really okay, let me just call him to do simple design for me. You see them saying, okay, I'll pay you so amount, and I'm sure the amount is something they are not looking at getting for your time on design project. And most time when they why they do this is because they see that you are not really up to the task of somebody charging for higher amounts. So the way you crop your image too is part of what will make people know that you are truly a professional, if you're truly a professional designer or not. And then another thing that you need to watch out for is avoid distorting the look of your letter. Stop stretching um letters. Is bad. All right, it's very bad. It always make design project look boring. Then another thing again is you need to work on is avoid the use of high contrast color from the beginning to the end of your project, guys, please. All right, so avoid the use of high contrast color, or let me just say avoid the use of warm color on, I mean, like on all the elements on your project, like the way we have this orange color here. Orange is one color that you can use to draw attention to something very key on your project. But when you now use it too much on your project, it will make the project look scary, to make it look like you are shouting at your audience or the people you are trying to draw to look at your piece. All right, so you need to work on that. You need to be very careful when using warm color. Warm color are colors that shout, so you need to be careful when using them on your design project. They are very good for pointing the important information on your design. I know every information on your design is important, but now if you now make it too much, it will not give the project that beauty that the project is supposed to have. All right, so you need to work on that. Okay, so and again, I realized that we have too many use of fonts here, too many use of different fonts here. We have one here, this is another one here, and this is another one here, and this is another one here, and this is, so you need to avoid that. You need to be very careful with the way you use fonts on your design. Okay, so another thing again is never change the look of a brand. I understand you are trying to depict WhatsApp here, but this is not looking like WhatsApp anymore. So you need to watch out for that. These are simple things that always make us lose the that always make us lose good clients. When we don't play with elements the right way, it will make people look at us like we are not professional. All right. All right, so now I'm going to share with you the things that you need to consider when working on publicity design, so that when next we are doing this training, the next training is holding next week Saturday. So I want a situation whereby when you guys are posting your design, I'm going to see something huge and different. Now, number one, please avoid the use of putting everything that you do on your publicity design. All right, I'm talking of something like this. Now, this is not different from when you meet somebody for the first time and then you are telling the person your full biography. When you do that, you're going to get the person scared, and the person will think of running away from you. So when you're trying to market yourself, all right, you see all these what's it called? I'll repeat it again. You see all this service that you listed here have their own art. Logo, there's an art for logo. There's a art for promotional service flyer. There's art for brochures, social media handle design, business card, letterhead, and so on. So what you need to do is pick one and do a design for that one, and let people understand why they need to call you for logo design. I believe I'm making sense there, right? All right. So there's art for promotional flyer. All right. So there's art for promotional flyer. There's art for brochures, So what you need to do is pick one of these service and do a special design for that particular service and say why you think the client should call you for such service. Because when you list those items like this, okay, like for example, recently I was opportune to work for a client, and this is somebody who doesn't really understand much about graphic design. What she knows is that, okay, I have a product that I sell and I want to put a new label on it. So I was asking her a question about, okay, so this previous label that you had, why do you want to change the size? Because I know you're asking me to change the size. And she was like, ah, I don't understand though. What I just want is that this is my new plastic and I want to convert it to this. So this now, some people don't understand all these things. So when you see when they see you put all these lists like this, they don't understand what logo design is. They don't understand what promotional flyer is. Some people don't know. But when you do a design that says something about each of these service, each of these services, they quickly get the message. Like what I always tell you guys, that we are storytellers and we need to help our audience understand what our project is talking about. So avoid the use of putting everything on your project. Okay. So you need to see yourself. I've said it before that you need to see yourself as a storyteller. Okay. So this is what you apply to every project you work on. So if I'm going to design a logo now, let's say I want people to call me for logo design. If I'm going to do a poster for that, what I'll do is I'll design a logo and put something that will make it look like maybe the logo is in a maybe the brand is into selling of maybe there's a particular product they sell, and I know they always put their item in the super market. So if I want to do a logo that says, because I'm sure if you've been to the mall before, you see brands do make something like a signboard that just says something about their item, just so that people can buy what their item from the mall. So I can just do a design and just put the logo somewhere and just put the slogan of the brand, and then let's just put a simple caption that says something about what how it's easy for people to see that logo on the billboard. All right, so these are things that you need to put together when working on trying to sell yourself as a creative. Okay. And okay, so now the reason why I share those tips with you guys before I jump into the reason why I critique the designs from designers is so that I can make you guys know that for you to be able to make people or get you before you can get good clients, you have to understand the principles of what makes a good design successful. Because like I said previously, that clients want someone that they can trust. All right. And you need to be so good that they can't ignore you. And part of you being good is when you pay attention to details, avoid errors, use color the right way, use image that connects with the title of your project, and make sure your design is busy. All right. Because you don't really find an audience for your work, they find you. And this only come when they see that you understand what you are doing. My story is a testimony on this one, because most of the people who follow me on social media today are people who hear that, okay, there's a guy who is good at using Photoshop, is good at doing design. If you go to his page, I'm sure you like what you see. And this has opened more doors for me. And this happened because I try as much as possible to make sure that anything I put up is something that when people see it, it will entertain them. All right. I'm going to use the word entertain a lot. Guys, please, we are entertainers. Your project must entertain your audience. I beg you. So anytime you're working on design projects, see how you can make your design look interesting. All right. So I have some other tips I want to share with you guys, but I'm going to stop here today because it's already my plan is to use 30 minutes, and this is 30 minutes already. So I am going to share the other tips with you guys next week. So, but please, guys, how you're going to help me with teaching you guys tips on doing designs to publicize yourself is when you share your design with us. So please share your design with us so that I can critique it and tell you guys what you need to work on. Okay. So for so if you want to watch this video again, I'm gonna post it on my YouTube channel, so you can just go there and watch today's design review again. All right, so I'll see you. All right, don't let me say I'll see you because somebody wants to ask me a question. So before putting yourself out there, like before doing any design for before doing any publicity design for yourself, you need to first get yourself a pen and a paper. Write down why you think your service is different from the other designers or the other people that do the same thing you do. So that thing that you put down is what you are going to now use to get the illustration to explain why you are different in that area. I don't know if I'm making sense here. I'll use the logo part again. I'm into logo design. All right. And I want, clients to, call me for logo projects. If I'm going to do any design, all right, and I want people to know that I'm good at logo design, I'm going to put the logo on maybe something that is in a far distance, like something depicting far distance, like a perspective view of maybe a car or maybe a bus. All right, then I'll embed the logo on one side of it and put a title that connects to say, no matter how far, no matter how distance you are to my logo design service, my logo will still be visible. Now I'm just using this as an example. So the same concept goes with the professional flyer design, the brochures, social media handles, business card, letterhead, and so on. All right. So I'm going to stop here, guys. I still have so many things I need to do, but I hope you guys learned something today. And please, guys, if you don't want to miss this training, subscribe, because I have so many things I'm going to be sharing with you guys that is going to take you from where you are now to better levels that you're going to putting money in my account. All right, so I'll see you guys again next week. Peace.